Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of Article Reactions. Some of the articles will be informative, some will be shocking, and some may just make you shake your head. We will be starting shortly. You do have the opportunity to financially support the channel in order to help it grow. So, in the very least of that manner, please like, share, and subscribe. Join Char Willie and Classic Ruby for their radio show, Keep the Beat. They broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. There are discussions of the songs, and that can take you back down memory lane. If you missed the live broadcast, no worries. Replays are uploaded on Mixcloud. So, follow JustAskChar Advice Channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive the notification when these broadcasts are uploaded. So, thank you everyone for joining the show. We are about to get started.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. What's happening? Happy Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday again, and it's almost over. I hope you all had a great Saturday, because it's almost over. I'll tell you what, we got about 4 hours to bedtime. And I guess that depends on, what you're doing, what you got going on. But seriously, time is moving. The sun is like almost gone. Where did it go? The days are getting shorter. Come back. But we really didn't have a lot of time outside anyway because of the pandemic. A lot of restaurants and all the other stuff. Depends on the city you're in, of course. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff going on. It wasn't really advised anyway. And hey, we I don't know. Where's summer? Where did it go? Anybody see it? I'm looking. Well, it's gone. And that's it. So here in Chicago, the sun is setting. I got maybe 20 minutes, but I went on and turned the light on because next 15 minutes or so it's going to be dark. I'm going to have to get up and turn it on anyway. But I really hope that you guys are doing well. I always find it interesting. We talk to so many different people in different places. And not everyone joined the panel when we have the open panel. So I don't know where all of you all are. But I'm hoping that you're doing pretty well. Now, I don't have the proper name of this particular bill, but I do know that the president has signed something when he did the last thing that he did, and we will receive a little bit more money back in our checks. It has something to do with the payroll taxes. But it's not like we're getting the increase. It's just the money is not taken out. So if you see an extra $15 or whatever in your check, don't think it's a bonus. They just hadn't taken it out. But they will get you next year. I really apologize. I don't know the name of it, but I'm just telling you. Because it started, I think it was 3 weeks ago. So I'm pretty sure someone has received a payroll check since the 19th. So you'll notice that little extra $15 and you're thinking, oh, I got a bonus. I got a raise. No. They just didn't take as much taxes out that they normally do. So keep that in mind. How's the echo now? Simply Neek, is it me? I don't know, because I can talk with echo. Lord have mercy. I put the wrong person up here. My bad. Now what? I just thought, oh, I don't know why the ticker. I picked the wrong ticker. I apologize. Maybe Ray J is thinking about me. Yeah, that's it. He probably thinking about me. Hope it's nice things. But thank you, Rashid. Yeah. So that's all I got for you guys. I wish I had more. But I always try to find something, especially financial, that can benefit you, or at least warn you about. That's important too. And I have a beautiful young lady in the background that is waiting to share with the article reaction. So let's bring her on, everyone. Let me see. I gotta get her music going. Let me see. It's hiding from me again. Uh-oh. I hope she don't be angry at me. This is really tragic.
Tragic.
Uh-oh, where your music at, girl? It's hiding. It's like, we're not gonna give her no great greeting. Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to give you hand claps. But you like those too, right? Okay. Without further ado, Classic Ruby, everybody. Classic Ruby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I like attention of any kind that makes me special and lets everyone else know I'm special. So by all means, I mean, yes, of course, I want my special greeting, but I'll take the standing ovation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why, good evening, Char.
Good evening. How are you?
Oh, not too shabby, not too shabby. I think we're starting off our news article review today with a bang. That's for sure.
That's true. That's true.
We in fine form today. Okay.
Yeah, I got a little tea over here, and a little later I'll have a little wine after I have dinner.
Ooh, girl, I got some tea too. See, we're getting it together. I got a little bit of tea. Both metaphorically and literally. Looking forward to
Okay.
sipping a little with y'all today. Cause I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, there are times when I think to myself, like I was a kid, right? And I grew up like worshiping America. Like everyone outside of America worships America and wants to be America. It's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then because of one president, y'all, because of one president that y'all have had for 4 years, I just sit back and think, thank God. Thank God I'm not in that country right now sometimes. Like, oh, that Trump. So we're looking forward to talking about yet another thing Trump has added to his list of decisions.
Oh
Decisions.
boy.
We'll put it
Well,
that
go
way.
ahead. You go ahead and go first, then. Oh Lord.
Trust me on this one. You know what we will do, okay, let me get this open real quick. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I figure a good thing, let's listen to a little video on it, and then this will explain for those of you, because you might not have heard actually, and for some of y'all this might be kind of surprising. So you've heard of the platforms. There's WeChat and hugely TikTok lately. Well, y'all Americans, if y'all want that on your phones, you better download it before Sunday, because as of Sunday, you will no longer be able to download it. And actually, really, you're not going to be able to use it quite soon. You know what I'm going to do? Hold on. Let me cancel that. And I think I forgot to click, the listen to sound thing that I
Oh
learned
yeah.
last week. Yeah. Okay. We're going to try this again. Share audio. Okay. I'm learning. I'm growing as a person. Okay. So now this time, there you go. I think we got the audio going. So let's take a listen here to what's going on with this WeChat and TikTok ban, y'all. Because like I said, if you've been using this to communicate with your family around the world, a lot of people have. Obviously, TikTok has been huge as far as sharing, mini videos and clips and stuff like that around the world. Yeah, it's about to be a problem. So let's listen to why Trump made these decisions.
Mm.
Bad news for TikTok and WeChat users. The United States government is bringing down the hammer and banning the Chinese-owned apps from being downloaded in U.S. app stores as of Sunday. But will the apps still work? That part's complicated. Let's break it down. On Friday, the U.S. Commerce Department issued a ban on Chinese-owned social networking apps TikTok and WeChat, citing national security and data privacy concerns. We'll get to those security issues in a minute, but for right now, it means you will not be able to download either app from Apple's App Store or the Google Play Store starting Sunday. Now, if you already have either app on your phone, it means you will not be able to download any new updates. And there's another layer of prohibitions that kick in Sunday for WeChat. The app cannot host data or use servers in the US, so don't expect the app to run smoothly anymore. There are about 19 million daily active users in the US who use WeChat as a way to talk to family and friends and conduct business. This could cut off folks from communicating on the platform effectively. But that same service cutoff won't happen for TikTok. That is until November 12th, just after the U.S. election. The Trump administration is giving TikTok's owner, ByteDance, time to make a deal to sell TikTok to an American company. So yes, the app and the ability to make and share short videos will still work for a while. But for it to keep working well and get security updates, the U.S. and Chinese government would need to approve a sale. TikTok expressed disappointment in an emailed statement, saying, "In our proposal to the U.S. administration, we've already committed to unprecedented levels of additional transparency and accountability, well beyond what other apps are willing to do, including third-party audits, verification of code security, and U.S. government oversight of U.S. data security. Further, an American technology provider would be responsible for maintaining and operating the TikTok network in the U.S., which would include all services and data serving U.S. consumers." This all comes after weeks of drama between U.S. and Chinese authorities to come to an agreement that would allow the apps to continue operating. The Trump administration is currently reviewing a deal between Oracle and ByteDance to make the U.S. company the, quote, trusted technology provider in the U.S. for TikTok. That's in order to address the security concerns. The big security concern that the U.S. has is that these apps could be forced to give up data about Americans to the Chinese government. China has a national security law that requires tech companies to cooperate with its investigations. TikTok says it keeps user data in the U.S. with a backup in Singapore, and it would not give data to the Chinese government if asked. In a press briefing on Friday, U.S. Commerce Department officials declined to provide any examples of TikTok or WeChat being used to spy on Americans or share data about Americans. Rather, the argument is, since the Chinese government can use the apps for surveillance in China, that same could be done to users in the U.S. So if you boil it down, the reason it's not secure is because of their alleged connections to the Chinese government. And that's where things stand as I record this on Friday afternoon. Things are changing fast in this soap opera with a lot of moving parts. And depending on how this plays out, it certainly impacts tensions between the U.S. and China.
Right. So, 100 million users from America. Remember, like uh-oh, is it still playing for y'all? Oh no, I just didn't pause it on my side. I see. See, I'm learning, I'm growing. But so 100 million users. You think about how many users currently now. A lot of the big companies, Walmart, and these conglomerates that are worldwide, they actually do use WeChat for business purposes. So they're not being banned from using WeChat. So it's not like, well, you're an American company, you can't use it. You just can't use it in America or for American commerce at all. So as an American company, though, if you have people located in other countries, they can use WeChat and to conduct business with any other country except for the US. I mean, it's going to the point where they're even banning Apple and from installing these apps whatsoever, from having them as stock. So, like when you get your phone and it has a bunch of stock things already set in. Apparently TikTok, WeChat, they're going to be banning that. That can't be on any Apple phones. Again, as she said, no updates. But Now, here's the interesting part. I think this is really interesting. So they're getting rid of WeChat. It doesn't seem like there's an offer per se for WeChat on the table, but for TikTok, hey, all you got to do is sell to an American and you can keep all your business. Wait, hold on. So I could keep my business if I sell my business. That's what you're. Oh, so hold on. Is this really a security issue? Especially given, I mean, they've gone to really major lengths. This has been going on for, I say, about 45 days, almost 2 months. This has been an ongoing thing. They have offered more transparency than any company, period, ever, about showing what data they do collect, what data is available, what data they've ever, given or shown people in any context whatsoever. It does not matter. Nothing will satisfy the president short of selling this company to an American company. The end. So for those of y'all who like to go on TikTok and, do all that foolishness, it's about to end as of Sunday, unless something big happens. Your WeChat, if that's what you've been running your business with, or, doing your connections with, better start something new, because as of Sunday, as of Monday, basically, you got no more support for those apps. They're not going to, arrest you for using them, but honestly, they'll probably become unusable pretty quickly.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I when I first heard about I'm like, it seemed like he did it out of anger the first time I heard about it. I'm like, well, what is this all about?
Right.
And it reminds me of the article I'm about to show, and I'll show you how that kind of go hand in hand with this. And I'll show you what the question is. Let's see, share screen. I have no audio. Okay, and where are you? Okay, this here. Now, I could see if he made an announcement that it was an issue because people was using it a certain way, like this Benadryl challenge. I could see if a lot of people died and, things like that.
Right.
Then I'm like, okay, I get that. But that didn't happen. He started his thing before that. So that's why I'm a little confused on. I'm like, okay, so what is really the issue? This is really about control. And I always have to remind myself, he's a business person. So everything he does is about business, has nothing to do about anything else. So I always have to try to keep that in mind. Now, in this, So now with this article, there were a report that 3 teenagers within 1 week had overdosed on this because they did this Benadryl challenge, and they found it on TikTok. And there was a 15-year-old in Oklahoma that did the overdose. So what TikTok ended up doing is taking the videos down. So once they found out that there were people doing this, because if you do have a high dose, you can have hallucinations, your heart rate increases, and those are just some of the symptoms, as well as, some people die.
Right.
So I can get it if he announced that for this. Like, what, this is a bad site and people are dying or something like that. I give him a pass. But what you reported, no.
Right. That has nothing to do with nothing. Like
nothing.
Nothing. Let's be serious here. When you look at it, it comes down to WeChat has been, a major competitor for American companies that do similar things. So, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Venmo, and because it's a big competitor, and it's not just that it's a big competitor, it's that it's also taking a big piece of the pie in America and worldwide. So it's like, well, we don't like that competition and there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it,
Yeah.
And then again, TikTok, same thing. It's not the same type of service as Venmo, but I'm gonna say that it's probably huge competition for Instagram, and it's got staying power. It's got a lot of things actually. I feel that Instagram just doesn't. It's a more attractive platform, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
yeah, what is this really about? Is it really because they are so scared that maybe the Chinese government might blah 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 with your data? Really?
Yeah, right.
Because last time I checked, when nobody's scared whatsoever of the fact that Russia was able to come in and manipulate everybody via Facebook to vote for Trump, he wasn't worried about that. So, but it's a problem when it's China? Let's think about that for a second. Yeah. So, moving on.
Right. You're not fooling me.
Right? Come on. Transparent as hell. I can't even believe that he would make such a move. You would think that this is something like a kind of move he would make immediately after maybe being reelected. But with that being said, maybe there's a fear around elections as well. And so, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what it is, mind you, right? Because when you look into how people were manipulated via Facebook, it's not like a really direct thing. It's not like people were sent messages saying, vote Trump, right? It wasn't like that. It's very, very subtle. And it was very personalized to each individual user based on certain things. And it was over a period of time. So, who knows what type of fear that's also there as far as, well, what's being suggested to people via TikTok? What messages are personalized being sent to the American people that would make them vote against Trump? Because tensions have been so high between China and, well, really the U.S. and Canada since Trump, right? So
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, man, every time Trump wakes up in the morning, I am scared I'm going to wake up and find out that there's a war between China and us. And I say us because every time America does anything, somehow it's Canada's fault too. So,
Oh boy.
you know what I mean? Like, damn.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Right? Just behave, man. Just behave. That's all. I just don't want World War III. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no type of war. We just don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't.
No, and the thing is, right, it's one thing to sit there and speak frivolously about, nuclear warheads and whatnot against China. It's another thing for you to now come for their money, especially because they have the biggest population, or I guess growing population. They're growing the fastest in multi-mega billionaires. I think that was the terminology. So basically super, super duper rich people in the world, they have the fastest growing population, and it's through tech media. So you're going to start coming for their money. I don't know if they're going to be all right with that. I don't know. I think they would rather the frivolous nuclear warhead talk. That's all I'm saying.
Woof.
Fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed.
Yes. All right. So what you got next for us? What you got next?
All right. Well, you know what? Let's relieve some of this tension, y'all. Because have I got an interesting story for y'all. So, you think about when you go out anywhere, right? If you're going to be out for the whole day, eventually you are going to be confronted with the dreaded public restroom.
Yes.
No one likes the public restroom. Let's be real. It's normally, it smells terrible. It looks terrible. You stand really far away from, being inside the stall and push the door open to look and see, is this one hideously overflowing with toilet paper everywhere and dirt and grossness and whatever, right? Overall, It's a nightmare. Well, does Tokyo have a solution for you? So basically, they have decided that they want to tackle this issue of public restrooms, both the safety and, people's, I guess, comfort with public restrooms. And so they are calling this the Tokyo Toilet Project. Yeah, so serious. Now, most of these toilets that they are constructing are still under construction, but there are 5 new constructed ones, including the 2 that we're going to talk about today. Now, they felt strongly, apparently, that the way to go to solve this issue is to make your public toilets, I'm being serious, public toilets transparent. Yes, that's right. I mean see-through. All the way see-through. All right, so let's show you what I mean here. We can watch a little video. Now, we probably won't watch the whole thing, but, watch a few minutes of it so y'all can really get a look at the setup, and they show you now. In the article I read, to be fair, it said that while you are in the toilet, it is still transparent to you when you look out. And so as a result, you have no way of knowing one way or the other whether or not people can still see it. Now, apparently, based on the video, that isn't true. I don't know, though, if maybe some of the toilets are constructed differently than the one that we're watching. But, you know what? I did it again, Char. I did it again. I'm going to learn. Click. Listen to audio. I'm going to get it. It's going to be great. It's the first thing you click.
That's why I say it out loud.
Yes.
So that helps me remember, like, okay, audio. Yeah, that's it.
Right. I'm going to have to. I get what you're doing now. I didn't know what you were doing before, right? The whole time I made it so complicated for me. So I wasn't learning while you were learning. So I'm learning now, but it's all right, guys. We can do this together. So let's take a look at the see-through toilets.
All right.
Right.
Ooh, so this is the switch, guys. When I press this, the asshole will disappear. Wow, amazing. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. When it comes to the manufacturing and design of high-tech toilets, there's no country in the world that surpasses Japan, but now they've taken it to another level and they've designed and installed the world's very first see-through toilet cubicle.
So these newly installed cubicles are funded by the Nippon Foundation. And although it's transparent and certainly catching a lot of attention, there are a few sensible reasons behind it.
So one of the main reasons is actually safety. A lot of attacks that happen against women often happen in public bathrooms in areas that are less lit and less populated. The idea here is that the glass is actually transparent when it's not in use, so they can see if someone is waiting inside. It's a universally held opinion that public toilets are often gross and rather grim places that you'd really only opt to use if you had no other choice. In Japan, many people who hold the same opinion can usually sum up their feelings with one of the 4 Ks: kurai, kitanai, kusai, or kowai, meaning dark, dirty, smelly, and scary. In a bid to change the status quo, the Nippon Foundation has dreamt up the Tokyo Toilet Project, which aims to renovate 17 public toilets located in Shibuya using advanced designs to make them easily accessible for everyone, regardless of gender, age, or disability. All of this is with a goal in mind to demonstrate the possibilities of a more inclusive society. August 5th marked the official opening of the first 3 of these bathrooms, and there was certainly no shortage of local news crews to cover the story. We were also lucky enough to have a few questions answered by Hayato Hanaoka, the manager of the Tokyo Toilet Project. So I'm standing here with Hanaoka-san, who is the project manager behind this wonderful design. Could you please maybe tell me some more about what went into designing this project?
All right. Okay. So this toilet is public toilet in Shibuya area, and this toilet is designed by Shigeru Kon. He's a famous architecture in the world, actually. And then the concept of this toilet is try to reduce the anxiety when you use the toilet. So if it's transparent, then you can see if it's dirty or not, or if there is someone inside or not. So he wanted to make people feel safe when they.
Now hold on, I want to pause it right here because here's my thing, right? So I agree with that. I get that part, right? Is that as a woman, right, you can look, you can see, okay, there's no one inside of this individualized little room thing that I'm going to walk into, so I'm safe. A couple things that make me worry is, number one, is that the walls are glass. Is this bulletproof glass? Would this be very difficult glass to get into? Because as you can see, they are marked as so handicapped accessible and then male and female. So even though, and you're also isolated in there. That's another thing that worries me, is that it's an individual stall. You're isolated in there. Initially, when they said, well, you know, once you go in there, you can see through the walls. Then I thought to myself, okay, well, you can see if anyone's approaching. You can see if anyone's waiting outside there for you, right? Because some predator could walk by, see, oh, it's frosted over. That means there's some woman isolated inside that room by herself using the washroom. So I can just wait out here and wait for her to come out, right? And so the way I thought about it was, oh, well, if you can see outside for sure, right, and you can make sure that there's no one out there or not, then if someone does approach, then you can call the police and have the police show up while you're in there and pretend you're just taking a deuce or whatever, right? So I thought that originally, but now that when I realize now you can't really see out, that to me, it's almost like, I don't know if this is better or worse, because with a regular public toilet, at least like a predator would have to go in there first of all to see if anybody was in there, to see how many people were in there, so on and so forth, right? You could go with your whole gang of 10 friends and whatever, everyone waits outside and you guys use the stalls while everyone's waiting in groups and whatnot. In this case, right, I mean, sure, I guess everyone could technically wait outside, or your friend could wait outside with you, but if you were just running to the bathroom by yourself, right, then you're isolated. You're like a sitting duck in there, and someone could just wait for you to come out. So I don't know. That's a little bit of a concern I had while watching this. What do you think so far, Char?
While you were speaking of that concern, I thought about when I went. I was on vacation and I went to Mexico, and the way the stall was, it was really interesting. It's like these walls, it's like a maze. And I didn't really feel comfortable about that. So I'm thinking, I was just, reminiscing over that. And then I started thinking about this. I'm like, yeah, because this is outside. And yeah, what if I don't have anyone with me? I can't see outside. They can tiptoe. So I'm not interested in doing this, going to the washroom at night. With this darn thing here, because it's obvious they can see me, and well, they'll know I'm in there rather. So
right. So far, see, this for me, it's iffy. Now, we're gonna keep going, because they do show more footage of like inside and what it actually looks like when you are inside and when you activate, quote unquote, that filming stuff, which I do think is cool. I think it's cool that a wall could turn instantly from see-through to like clouded. I do think that that's a neat feature, right? I'm just not sure if this is practical as far as this individual thing. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of it and see.
Okay.
They use the toilet, so that's the concept.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
How about the colours? Was that just like a design choice to make it look nice?
Well, yeah, actually there's another toilet next to this park, and then it has another color, 3 colors. And also this another color. So this color try to fit the color of the pork itself.
You see that once the handle goes down, then all the walls are completely opaque. And I should add that I don't usually come into the disabled toilets, but this is the launch day of this facility, and there's actually a press person outside, and they said it's okay for us to come in here and check out this stall just because it's a little bit bigger. Next door you've got the women's and then the men's one at the end there, but they're a little bit more narrow, so this one gives me more room to swing the camera around. You can see here we've got very fancy, quite standard actually Japanese toilet. You all love them. And we've got a little diaper changing station over here in the corner and a couple of sinks, and yeah, quite a bit of room because, like I say, it's the disabled toilets. But that's it really. It's kind of interesting. So now I'm going to go out and I guess we'll flip up the handle and see what happens. Whoa, crazy. Just a short walk from the first bathroom in Yoyogi Fukumachi Mini Park is the Haruno Ogawa Community Park, which is home to a similar facility, albeit sporting different colours to help it better match the surroundings. These new designs are certainly interesting and will only add to Japan's international reputation for having the best toilets in the world. If you'd like to check them out for yourself, then you'll find directions down in the video description. To stay up to date with all our future videos, make sure that you're subscribed to YouTube.
So now I'm wondering, is really the concern the cleanliness of the bathroom?
Right. You know, I mean, and part of that is, I mean, and I did see when it came to the see-through idea, I like that. Like the fact that, you know what, from outside, I can look and go, nah, man, that thing's plugged up to high heaven. I ain't going in there. That's disgusting, right? And, you know, I do like the idea, again, you know, if it's nighttime, it's middle of the night, some predator can't go and wait inside of the corner and wait for me to walk in there. I like that. You know, I do think that there's got to be a little bit more to it. Like, I think that this idea isn't fully baked. I also think that the majority of people, like, they've done studies, they've done things where they've literally made like a see-through toilet to kind of show the conditions that other people have to use the toilet in the world, where basically everyone can see you. So go stand inside that toilet stall that's completely see-through, and how do you feel now? You want to sit down and use the toilet? Like, and you know, people felt really uncomfortable. I think that even though the walls are gonna fog up, I mean, how comfortable on a scale of 1 to 10 are people going to feel going in there? You know, I watched a video where they were recording from the outside. It was nighttime and whatever, and a guy forgot to lock the door. So you watched everything happen in all its full glory, you know, and he had no idea. He just went in there to, you know, do his business, wash his hands and leave. But, you know, he forgot to lock the door. He was in a rush. What if you're in a rush and you like literally cannot hold it? And that lock is not easily accessible. It's not like, you know, it's up high, it's easy. No, you got to bend down. Everyone, even women, when I see, they have to kind of reach down and bend down to lock the door or whatever. What if it doesn't install all the way? What if you don't turn it all the way to click? And it's only when you sit down, because man, you got to pee so bad, that you realize everyone can see you. You know, like
I'll just be waving. That's all I can say. I'll be waving. You know, I when you first was talking about the story, I was thinking, I'm like, wow, somebody did what I mentioned 30 years ago. Cameras. But it's not cameras.
Nope, definitely not. But yeah, no, I think, you know, I do think that, you know, I'm happy that they are thinking about this issue. I mean, there are some things that it's like, we just never take the time to improve. We came up with something that was barely usable and functional like 50, 70 years ago when we got indoor plumbing, and then just left it there. So it's good they're thinking about it. You know, maybe we should just think a little bit more on this one. Maybe there should be just something a little bit more to it. Just a little bit more to it that I think might be good.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of being in this lighted box that's see-through, so from miles, like from very far away, someone would be able to see that there are women, even if you brought people in to wait with you or to stand next to the bathroom with you, right? Because it's this giant lighted box now that's see-through. People would be able to see from very far away that there's a bunch of vulnerable women at that bathroom right there, even if it fogs over, because, you know, it's a giant lighted box, see-through. Everyone can see what's in it from far away, you know. So I don't know. It's like half-baked. It's interesting. Definitely neat. Definitely something I would go to like giggle at and take pictures and video and whatever. But like, I would absolutely not use this. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
But thanks though. But thanks. Yeah. Good effort.
Okay. Right. It was creative. Um, Now the next one I have up is kind of interesting. The guy resigns. It's a Michigan Republican official. He resigns after defending use of the N-word. And he stood on this disrespect. He doesn't care. And yeah.
Okay. Wow. People are just blatant these days. All right then.
Yeah. He doesn't care. That's what he looks like. He's like, I don't care.
I'm not racist. I just use the N word for fun at 70 years old.
Yeah.
Like, he's old as hell. It's not like he's like some 21-year-old kid. All my friends are black and I like rap culture. Like, come on. Really?
Yeah, it was time for him to retire anyway. Just somebody said, "Hey, we want you out of here. This is great." Because I'm sure they heard him use the term before.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the article says, in a mostly white county located in northern Michigan, an elected official who was heard using the racist slur against black people has resigned, according to the Associated Press. Lena now, or how we pronounce this, County Administrator Chat Janik has stated that Tom Eckerle, I don't know why they got those weird names, but I'm trying. Eckler, a member of the County Road Commission, will be stepping down after criticism for his racially charged comments. He says, I personally and professionally think it's in the best interest of Mr. Eckler, the Road Commission in Leelanau County, Janik told the Associated Press. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was for him, this quote. The incident occurred last Tuesday when Eckler was asked why doesn't he wear a mask as he made these comments in the commissioner's meeting room prior to starting a public meeting. Well, this whole thing is because of them down there in Detroit, Eckler said, according to the Leelanau Enterprise. Commission Chairman Bob Joyce quickly challenged Eckler use of the word, telling him, you can't say that. He said, I can say anything I want. Eckler reportedly replied, Black Lives Matter has everything to do with taking the country away from us. Later, Eckler, in a phone interview with Interlochen Public Radio, doubled down on his racist rhetoric. No, I don't regret calling it a Eckler told IPR. Okay, what is this? Oh, a beep is a beep is a beep. That's not a person whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how they got it. he doubled down on it. He also told the Associated Press, I'm not a racist. Black Lives Matter is racist. If I believe in Black Lives Matter, I would be a racist. Black Lives Matter has no heart, and that is as offensive to me as the N-word, he said. If I can get a few people that when they see Black Lives Matter sign up to think the N-word, I have accomplished that what I'm after, he added. I'm not sure what he's after. But that's what this looking dude said. Okay, so looking at him, he said us. When he said us, we already know where he's going with that. He made it very clear. It's about them, the dominant society. But the fact that he
Yeah.
said that that the N word has everything to do with the coronavirus in Detroit, I don't know how he tied that up. I really don't know. So I guess black people that's in Detroit is the cause, according to him. So that's why he doesn't wear a mask. So I guess everything is fine where he was in Michigan, but
Mm-hmm. Like,
it's yeah.
wow. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know what? And, anyone who says, right, that the current sitting president has not emboldened the very, very anti-black racist segment of the population is blind as hell. Like, I don't, how do you miss what's happening? Right now, people can turn around and try to misquote whatever statistics they want. Right. When you get a president, a sitting president that has encouraged publicly, feels no way whatsoever against encouraging anti-black sentiment and actions, and then basically calls anyone who's trying to stop that, they're the bad people. There's bad on all sides. Remember that? From the time he said that, I knew that it was going to embolden people. People were going to start showing their true colors. And I think that they feel like this is the trend of the country now. The country's going to continue trending this way. And so, you know what? If they all start speaking out now and show their true colors now, oh, don't worry about it. Very soon, this is going to be acceptable anyway. I think that that's the way they see it.
Well, that's exactly the way they're doing it, because we're seeing this more and more often. People are very comfortable with it. They have no problem. And they're using these terms, us, they, we, they're definitely making a difference. They're letting you know, you are you shouldn't be here, or you're less than.
Right.
We want our country. We should have this. You shouldn't be here. All these type of terms. And it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And I know this man has said this before. He was just in a place where it probably was recorded and they had to react. That's all that was about.
Right. I mean, it's kind of almost reminiscent to me a little bit of the Hulk Hogan statements, right? And so for all people would be like, oh, well, he said them in the privacy of his own bed. It was pillow talk. He never expected the public to hear him, and so on and so forth. Like, is that really the point, though, guys? I remember being a kid, right? And me and my god brother, like, we loved wrestling, right? So of course everyone loved Hulk Hogan because, you do the ripping your undershirt off. And so we would take his little, we call them arenas, but it's basically, undershirts for kids, and try to rip them off. And then it wasn't working. And we figured out it's because the top part has that like fold over. So we cut through the fold over.
Right.
And then that way when Hulk did it, we would do it, rip these things off. We were very young. We got in a lot of trouble for that because we ruined a lot of undershirts before we got caught. But, the point is, you have little black children who are looking up to, worshiping this man who's sitting there when he goes home, and calling them the N-word and seeing them as less than human, subhuman, subpar, seeing them as just animals and whatever. Meanwhile, All this kid wants for Christmas is for you to spend, I don't know, $50 or $100 on Hulk Hogan paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And so, we got to stop saying, oh, well, he didn't mean for it to be public, or no, I'm happy when they expose themselves in any context. I'm happy when their private thoughts become public, because we need to start identifying and addressing these people, and we need to start calling them out for what they are. And I'm going to say that, hey, listen, since they want to group it between us and them, fine. Their population, they're going to do whatever they want about their population. We need to start doing something about our population and how we respond to that. Not just to when they overtly say things out loud, but how do we respond when we know that's the sentiment? How do we respond and, vote with our feet, vote with our wallets, vote with our time and energy? We need to start doing that and start saying, hey, listen, I don't care. It's just never going to be acceptable. And as soon as you show that color, you lose my support. You lose the support of every Black American, of every Black person worldwide. We got to stop. We got to stop supporting these people who hate us because we're Black. Yes, RBR, I quoted you, but it's true.
I'm sure he likes that.
I know he loved it. That's why I made sure I gave credit where credit's due. They hate us because we Black. Yes, some do. We need to stop supporting the ones that do.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Boy. You know what? No, I still don't have enough information yet. There's a topic we're gonna do. I'm not gonna do it yet today. It's just it would have been a nice segue from the whole wearing the mask thing, but nope. Until I have collected all of my information, I'm going to do a little mini expose on people who refuse to wear masks.
Okay.
Yes.
It's going to be interesting.
Right? Because they've done some studies now. And so I don't want to just put it out there. I'm going to I want to, make sure I collect the information first. We all know I've been feverish this week, so I've been lazy. So instead, we're going to talk about stupid people. They're stupid people too. Fair enough. Fine. I get it. But no, we're going to talk about another kind of stupid person. And so we're going to talk about the kind of stupid person who thinks it's okay. Really and truly. And I find this really weird. I find it weird that we over trust technology. And so what I mean by over trusting technology is it's almost like we have these hopes and dreams based on movies that we've watched or TV shows that we've watched, that one day we're going to live in this technological world where everything is automated and, it's just magic. And so the second we see anything close to that, we decide that, we've already arrived, right? And that's the case with these self-driving cars. So for those of you who aren't aware, so Tesla, most people know about cruise control, right?
Yes.
In general, right? But that for cruise control, you got to be awake, you got to steer. You're the one who's got to, gas up and whatever, you got to do something. So it's kind of nice.
Yes.
You can rest your leg, but you got to be awake. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tesla now has basically self-driving cars. So for the most part, even though Tesla says, hey, listen, you got to keep your hands on the wheel, you got to stay awake and alert, the car will drive itself. It will steer itself. It will continue on its own course. It will actually speed up and slow down with the flow of traffic. And so what's been happening since Tesla came out with this is people have been taking that to mean, hey, I have a self-driving car. Basically, my car is my own chauffeur. All I got to do is get myself onto the highway and I could kick back and sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, and there are lots of these. So first we're going to watch this one, and then we got a little time. I'm going to sneak in another one from a year ago that shows case after case after case to try to prove to people how stupid this is. It is not safe. It's not intelligent. It's not like we don't recommend it, but it'll be okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. This is a very, very dangerous, stupid thing to do. So let's listen to, and hey, these stupid people are Canadian, so don't worry. Stupidity is infectious and contagious worldwide. It's not just happening in America, also happening in Canada. And yeah, so this just happened just a couple days ago in Canada. So, well, actually, it was about a month ago, but charges and whatever, just a couple days ago. So let's take a look at this foolishness.
Well, just because your electric car is smart enough to drive itself, that doesn't give you the license to have a nap behind the wheel. Police gave one driver a very loud eye-opener on the QE2 this summer. David Owasik tells us why he is now facing a pretty serious charge.
It's an image that might not turn heads if it was a parking lot, but this Tesla electric car appears to have one thing missing, as it was clocked between Edmonton and Ponoka this summer on the QE2 highway at up to 150 kilometers an hour. And it wasn't just the high speed that RCMP say they noticed on one of Western Canada's busiest highways. They say the occupants of that vehicle, including the driver, were asleep.
And so the officer was there watching, and the Tesla goes by, and sure enough, there appears to be nobody in the vehicle.
Turns out police say the seats were fully reclined. Once an RCMP member caught up to the vehicle, overhead flashing lights had no effect. Finally, the officer turned on the siren.
And it was at this point in time that the officer was able to see somebody sit up in the driver's seat and take notice of the fact that there was a police car there.
RCMP say despite many incidents across North America with autonomous vehicles captured driving while their owner slumbers, this is the first time someone's faced a criminal charge here in Alberta. This Tesla owner tells CTV News despite his vehicle being equipped to fully drive by computer, there are safeguards against it that warn drivers to be aware.
I would have autopilot engaged for much of the drive, but always with a hand on the wheel.
Alberta's Transportation Ministry says autonomous vehicles must have a driver in control at all times. They say low-speed testing is happening, but there are no changes planned to provincial legislation that would allow it. Prosecutors have charged the man involved, a 20-year-old from British Columbia, with the criminal offense of dangerous driving to give others a wake-up call. David Owasik, CTV News, Edmonton.
Okay.
Right. Now, to be clear, right, it's not supposed to allow you to do this, right? So what Tesla did, because this was so problematic at the beginning, because people refused to actually listen to admonitions, is they decided to add in a feature that basically if you don't give a little bit of torque to the wheel at some point, you're not pulling on it manually, then it's going to turn off this autopilot system. But drivers have gotten around that. They figured out, well, if we just add weights to the steering wheel, then it's going to feel like torque and it's going to continue. So, I mean, it continued to the point where these people were completely reclined and fast asleep, driving 68 miles an hour. That's how fast 150 kilometers an hour is. 68 miles an hour down the highway. And when the police initially approached, as they said, right, they put the lights on. And the car actually, because the police car approached the car actually sped up. So it sped up from 140 to 150. Because it felt that the car was near. So it sped up to try to keep up with the flow of traffic, quote unquote. So it wasn't until they turned on the sirens and the sirens were blaring that it finally woke up the occupants of the car.
Right.
Like, they weren't just kind of resting. You're like, you can maybe find you're resting, you kind of have a hand on a wheel, you're not really paying attention, you glance at the road on occasion, but you're all right. No, they were asleep. They were dead asleep.
Knocked out.
Right. Listen, guys, we have not advanced that far in technology that we can literally go without touching the car. Like, the car is not actually a self-driving car. And it's just a slight advance on autopilot, but it's not a self-driving car. We haven't gotten to that Jetsons place with cars. I think we feel like we have, but we haven't. And so to show you guys, because I think, again, a lot of people just kind of feel like, oh, well, look, nothing bad happened in this case, right? There was no crash. No one died. No one was injured. So the car actually really did drive itself. So you guys are just being overly cautious. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the other cases that have happened over the last year. Well, yeah, because this was about a year ago, September 9th of
Uh-oh.
2019. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Jesus.
On I-90 near Boston, alarming video that state police say shows extremely dangerous behavior. A man and woman both apparently asleep in the front seat as their Tesla seems to keep driving, presumably in autopilot mode. Dakota Randall says the car was doing 55 miles per hour.
I did a double take, looked over, and sure enough, this guy was just head between his legs, completely asleep.
It's happened before. In June, this driver was asleep at the wheel of a Tesla on the 405 in Los Angeles. In 2018, a Tesla driver slammed into the back of a stopped fire engine. The NTSB blamed driver inattention and over-reliance on the driver assistance system. The NTSB is still investigating a fatal Tesla crash in 2018 in California and another last March in Florida. Before enabling autopilot, Tesla says drivers must agree to keep your hands on the steering wheel at all times and pay attention. If a driver takes his hand off the wheels, the car immediately responds with visual and then audio warnings.
Drivers are believing that the cars are autonomous. There are no fully autonomous vehicles that are on the market today.
It may be called autopilot, but police are warning this is a very bad idea. Tom Costello, NBC News, Washington.
Hey, NBC.
He's knocked the heck out.
Out, like how head bouncing, like you're like a kid sleeping in the back seat. And as you see, I mean, you look at the severity of the car accidents that happen, because this car is going to do a good job of kind of managing your car as long as nothing suddenly changes. Suddenly. So if the road is suddenly coming to a stop and you have to make a sharp right or left, it's not going to know that. You are going to drive off of the road into the quarry. Or again, as you saw, if a truck suddenly is stopped on the highway in front of you, this car is approaching at a very rapid speed. It isn't going to notice that that truck is immobile until you're relatively close to it. By then, it's too late to stop.
Wow.
You know, I mean, you looked at that convertible, man, the whole top of that car is gone. I don't know, would it go underneath a truck? We're not really sure. I mean, there have been a lot of accidents, given the fact that the Tesla S class is not like something that everyone can afford. There has been a high percentage of accidents and deadly accidents with this car. And it's not because the car in itself is inherently unsafe. In fact, if anything, it should be more safe. Because it can nudge you, maybe if you're not paying attention one day, if you're not off by accident because you're really tired, but these are not accidental things. People are doing this on purpose. You know what? We're taking a long car trip. I don't feel like wasting 6 hours sleeping at a hotel. Let's just drive through it and I'll sleep while we're driving.
Ugh.
People are like, literally, this is your life and everyone else's lives in your hands. And if we can't use this technology responsibly, we are not going to be able to use, technology is going to grow in baby steps until suddenly it's there, right? So we have to be able to use this responsibly so that way they can advance to the next step and we use that responsibly and so on and so forth until we get to a place, probably not in our lifetime, where yes, cars can drive themselves. But that's not now.
Yeah, it's not today.
No, definitely not.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was slumped. Oh, he was gone.
I cannot bobbing head. It's like the first one, you don't even see people. The car is driving itself. Those people are gone. They cannot see no road. They're gone. He's probably rolled over, seatbelt not even on, just gone. These ones, the head bobbed over and no one's concerned. The passenger's not concerned. The driver, no one's concerned. Everyone's asleep. They're just done. Like, wow, though. Really? God, people.
Got to be more careful.
Yeah. They should have never given humanity technology. Apparently, we cannot handle
it.
Right?
Be my driver.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, my next one has audio, and we have a beautiful case of Karen. Yeah.
Oh.
Karen is always busy.
Mm-hmm.
Karen never sleeps.
Never.
She never does.
Ain't she special?
Oh, yeah, she's special. All right. There's Karen. Where's Karen? There's Karen.
There's Karen.
Let's see. I don't know if I can make it bigger. I don't really want to. I don't know why I'd be fearful of that, but let me see. I got some minute marks here so we can get on to it. Let's see. Oh, Karen got a phone.
Oh, God.
All right, there's Karen, y'all.
Go ahead, call the cops. I'll wait for the cops, actually. I have no problem on that. Y'all gonna learn to stop messing with black people. You're gonna learn to stop messing with black people. That's what you're gonna learn. Just because I'm black and I ain't bothering you. You think I'm a threat. Because if I was white, you probably wouldn't call the cops. Call the cops. Tell him it's a black male. He's about 5'7". I know. Black male, 5'7". Heavy set. Heavy set build. Black male, heavy set, 5'7", brown eyes. If you need a description. Bothering you? Yeah, call the police.
Okay, then he goes to his car and he say he's gonna wait. He said, I'm gonna wait for the popo. And I will play that.
Boy, they really never should have given Karen technology. They were going to deprive someone of it. It should have been Karen.
Okay, she did not need it at all.
Mm-mm.
She was taken advantage of and doing too much. On the words of Vonda, she's doing too much.
Ain't that the truth?
Okay, we'll start right here.
Approaching and all that type of stuff, you know. So I'm a government employee. Okay. I'm a government employee. I was conducting census business right now. If this neighbor here, they wasn't home, while I'm at in front of 2823, they wasn't home. They ain't been home. And this neighbor right here, he the one that gave me the information. But since they haven't been home, they haven't did what they need to do. So I had to come out here physically and find out what was going on.
So you're on the job?
I'm on the job.
Okay.
She came,
What do you do?
Census.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, government census,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, so she came from here and she walked all the way down to here to ask me what am I doing, and I didn't know who she was. And so since she approached me, I felt threat. I was still in my side of my truck. I was inside my truck in the moment, and so she approached me. No, because I didn't know who she was. I didn't identify myself because you just randomly walk up to me. I don't know who you are. So she said that she was a problem because I was outside her neighbor's house. I was sitting inside my truck.
So you didn't even approach her or knock on her door or anything?
Nothing.
She just came up to you.
She came up to me while I was sitting in my car. And I figured it has to be because I'm black. And
so
then
you called, but you're saying she called as well?
She called first. And then after I got tired of waiting, I said, well, let me call because I want y'all to go and come out because I want to file harassment charges because I look at it like this here. Nothing against y'all because I'm, Arthur Acevedo, I met him a few times and we had discussions and we're working on a few things in the community. However, I feel as if a white person calls the police on a black person, it's a threat because now they're expecting for the police to pull up and shoot them because that's what happens a lot. So, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but it's a possibility, knowing that it's happened many times in the past. That's why I have everything out recording. So when she pulled up, I was like, why are you bothering me? Because I didn't come. Now, if I would have came knocking on her door, I could see. But this is a public street. Apparently, anybody's allowed to park here except for Monday through Friday, 7 to 9. So I didn't think I was breaking any laws.
Well, let me go see what she has to say as well. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll be right here. I'll be here all day.
Okay, so he's going to wait around, and they're going to go and talk to Karen, get her side of the story.
Her side. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to talk to Karen. So let's see what happens.
All right.
Bother me.
We never got a call from her.
Really?
Yes, no call. No call. The only call we got is from you.
Well, she definitely called somebody and she gave her my whole description and everything. As a matter of fact, she called twice. Well, now I would like to file, I still want to file a harassment charge then.
Okay, harassment is a continual.
She came out here twice. That's continual.
No, a continual privacy for no apparent reason.
There was no apparent reason.
Okay, that's not harassment.
So, because she came.
Her asking you.
No, it wasn't just
her telling you can't be here. That's not harassment.
Her approaching me.
Her approaching you. There's nothing.
So anybody. So if now let me get this straight, because I'm quite sure if I had walked up to a white person, I'd be in jail to shot right now. No. So
we're not.
Well, I still. Well,
no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, we are gonna do that because that's what happens. Listen. If it didn't happen, I wouldn't bring it up.
Okay, well, give me a time where it happened.
We'll give you a time where it happened.
Where you had all the facts and that's exactly what happened.
Look at Tamir Rice, 12 years old, shot within 12 seconds.
I'm talking about Houston, Texas.
Oh, Houston,
Where
Texas.
right now?
There was a guy on Cullen a couple years ago that got shot over there, Cullen and Ward. I know. Don't worry about it. We ain't got to bring up the past. We're talking about right now, and I feel like still, I like to file something. I like to file anything. Oh, it's something I can file.
What? There's no crime committed.
She was harassing me. I feel threatened. She called the police on me. I feel threatened.
What's the threat?
She called the police on me.
She didn't.
Or she faked like she called. Or she lied. She also lied on me.
That's not against the law.
Okay. Well, it's not against the law. Allowing people.
So you continue doing your census thing.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't make her open the door.
You're right. But I'm quite sure if it was the other way around, y'all be able to do a lot of stuff.
Around and you were inside your house, it'd be the same.
You're right. If it was the other way around, I'm quite sure y'all be able to do a lot of stuff. If it was the other way around. I understand. I'm like I say, if it was the other way around, y'all do something else.
So you want? We can't.
All I'm saying is, if it was the other way, y'all can go on with your day now. Everything is fine now. Everything is fine now. I'm done. All I'm saying is that I'm done what I have to do over here. I was just waiting around for y'all.
You did good, but she never called the police.
I understand that.
So
since she never called the police, it's okay. It'll be taken care of.
And we took care of your issue.
And I thank y'all for coming out as prompt as y'all did 2 hours later.
Man, but yeah, we came as soon as we got your call.
I understand that.
There's nothing in our records.
There's nothing. Okay, I understand that.
Her neighbors also said that she has psychiatric problems, and you're not the only one.
Now she has psychiatric problems. Okay.
Well, that's what he said.
Okay.
Very paranoid. She thinks
That might be her house. Let me go back and look. That might be her house.
So,
let me just check something right quick.
I don't want you to think that this from what the neighbors are saying that this is.
Let me see. What does she walk back into?
She does this all the time.
Oh, she does it all the time, and that's normal. Okay.
Well, that's what they informed us.
Which one is hers? Let me look at this video right quick, because I filmed her for a reason. Let me see if I can see which one she walked back into. Yeah, but I'm not approaching you. You on that way? I think it's her house.
It is her house.
Oh, not the 29. Well, anyway, since she ain't coming out and she ain't called, I guess y'all just, it's fine though. But I know I wouldn't do anything wrong.
You have a great day because you doing your job.
Yeah, y'all have a great day too, and thank y'all for coming out so promptly.
Hey, no problem.
All right, y'all have a great day.
He says so promptly 2 hours later.
He ignorant. He ignorant. The 2 hours later thing, I was dying. Because he said it so politely, but it was like, like a polite backhand, like. Oh yeah, but that's normal though. Oh, now she got psychiatric problems. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, she does this all the time. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So it's normal. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Right, as long as Karen does it, it's normal. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not harassment. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't go there. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Right? Well, there's nothing you do. No, I understand. No, it's okay. Well, everything's fine now. I mean, I'm sure if roles were reversed, I'd be in jail right now. But it's cool. It's okay. It's okay though. What would you be in jail for? I know you find something. That's the point. Somehow or another, if a black man gets locked up for anything, you just find something. But her, she just go on about her day. Well, she didn't call us. Oh, well, she said she did twice. So what does that mean to me? Maybe she did, and maybe she is a nuisance caller, and they decided that they weren't going to come out for that reason. So maybe that's the case. Either way, for her to be uttering, to me, that's like uttering death threats. That's how I see it. When and I've been saying this for years, when it's an interracial couple, let's say, right, and the woman is white, and she threatens to call the police on her spouse or fiance, whatever, the black man that she's with, I take that as uttering death threats, because when you call the police and you say black man and fighting, black man scared for your life, black man angry, they're going to come with guns drawn. and all it takes is a twitch of his finger and he's dead. So to me, that is, it's maybe not attempted murder, but it's at least uttering death threats. It's at least something, some type of assault. I don't know that, and since there is no law, well, hey, if there's no law, y'all, Karen is such an event these days, right?
Yeah.
That now is the perfect time to go get some bills in law right now, pass some bills, because this is crazy. There's no way they should be able to continue doing this
Constantly, just constantly. And then I've heard officers say that before, like nothing is unusual.
Mm-hmm.
But this woman, like, here in Houston, not any place else, here in Houston, Texas, when it happened.
Right.
He can find something if he was to go look. If he said, give me a minute, let me look on my phone and I'll read off cases to you. He can do that. Now, they may not be as high profile, but it happens every day.
Every day. Every day. In so many ways. And the thing is that, and I've said this before, all powerful white woman syndrome. There's a reason why they have that syndrome, because they are all powerful, because they can get away with bloody murder, because they can do anything to anybody and not fear repercussions, because by and large there aren't any.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it's perjury, even when they are filing what they know to be false reports. I mean, what's the percentage of women, white women specifically, who have been proven to file a false rape allegation against someone, which is proven later to be 100% false, even false, not that it wasn't a black man, that they never were raped at all. So in some cases had never even touched the man before. And what's the percentage of those women who end up with even a slap on the wrist from the police system, from the justice system?
I doubt if it's even 1%.
Right. I've heard of one. And she only got charged after, I think, her seventh false claim. It was a lot of claims that she had made over and over and over again. Ruined men's lives, sent them to prison for years in some cases, and every single one of the allegations was proven to be false and malicious. Ruined these men's lives forever, took away opportunities from them forever, their scholarships. Some of them were on track to, be in the NFL or NBA, stuff like that. Like, these were good, hardworking young men, ruined their lives forever. And it was only after multiple times, that she finally got any form of charge against her. And then you had people holding up signs that basically said "Free Karen," with this poor woman, and well, it's not fair. She should have to go to prison. Wait, what?
It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous.
Right.
And more need to be locked up, because if there's no example, people just keep doing it over and over again. They're like, well, nothing gonna happen to me. I could just lie.
Exactly. Yep.
Because at one time I used to question, is there really a such thing as perjury? Because I have yet to see anyone punished. I really thought that.
Right. It's so true. And you know what, to be honest with you, most of the people that they punish with perjury, they're doing it in a punitive way. Not just because they lied, but normally it's because they won't bow to like the state's case. Right? They won't be a snitch for the state, or they won't blah, 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 blah. That's normally the times where, people get charged with perjury. In general, even, again, like, to me, this is the worst kind of perjury. They should be all over this to say, hey, listen, you literally sent to prison as rapists multiple people, and you knew you were lying. The amount of human beings you violated by your actions. However many women will now not be believed when they're being honest because of you. How many men's lives you ruined. Maybe they have children, you've ruined their lives. You ruined so many people's lives. The mothers, so on and so forth. I mean, we know bad stuff happens to rapists in prison. How many of those guys ended up getting attacked in prison, came out now with hepatitis or AIDS or something because this woman's a liar? And no repercussions. No, man, she should get 25 years. Every one of those guys got 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You just add up all the years that she accumulated for other people, and she should have to serve them.
Right, without the possibility of parole. She has to do each year, each and every one of them.
Right.
Every darn one of them.
Every one of them. Because you know what? Yeah, there's times where we might think someone's lying, but you can't prove it, right? But there are a lot of cases that they can prove undeniably someone's lying, not mistaken, lying on purpose.
Right.
There should be repercussions. And at the end of the day, right, people fear that because they fear punishing Karen. But also what they fear is that if there's repercussions for perjury, people won't come clean eventually, right? They won't eventually try to exonerate or free people that they've falsely imprisoned. So they're afraid of that. But see, now the way I see it is, grandfather in everything that's already happened. And going forward, if you do it, this is the penalty. What you're going to do is you're not going to prevent people from coming back after the fact. You're going to prevent people from lying to begin with.
Yes.
That's it.
I vote for that.
Me too. Damn Karen. Oh, you know what? I got kind of a hilarious montage of Karen's. Maybe we can close off on.
Okay.
Might be an interesting little funny thing there, because again, I've been going back and forth, like I said, about the mask wearers, and but you know what? No, I want to do more information. I really want to do like an expose style. So instead, we're gonna do a Karen montage, and how Karen reacts when Karen is told that Karen can't get her way and has to do things the way everyone else says. So let's watch Karen.
Okay.
Americans are refusing to wear masks despite serious rules out there actually requiring them in certain areas. And in a very disturbing trend, enforcing mask usage has actually led to some violent encounters across the country.
I'm going to remove that only because of the music. How much music on there? I don't want no problems.
I don't think this is a real song.
Okay.
Because the song is Jolene, I think.
Okay.
They bastardized it. No one sings about Trader Joe's and Costco.
Every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. You wreck displays at Target stores. You throw good cold cuts on the floor. And please stop talking about your drawers.
Oh, Lord.
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.
Damn right. Yep. Yo, that was hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't watch these late shows and stuff, but man. Like, when you really look at it all together, you know what I mean? Like, and the all of you following the devil's laws. Wait, to wear a mask? The devil's law? I'm gonna get arrested for wearing a mask because I'm following the devil's law by wearing a medical mask? What? Like, where are y'all going? The lengths that they go to justify themselves based solely on their own feelings. And you know what's on their feelings. That's why what they're saying and doing is so illogical. It's like,
I gotta let it breathe. I don't want no draws.
like,
Lord have mercy. That's a little bit too much information. Too much.
Right? Like, you really wanted to leave that on the big stage when you were arguing this point of whether or not you should be able to wear a mask. I don't know, some type of legislation, it looks like, real assembly. And you really wanted to leave that information as your walkaway piece. That you don't wear drawers. All right, then.
She did. She really did. Yeah.
God bless Karen. Yep.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
See, aren't you glad we closed off with that now?
Yes, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes. That was just wonderful, just excellent. Yes, thank you.
Well, you know what though? I'm gonna give Karen one though. I am, because I know what it's like when you spent all that time. If you're a real grocery shopper, right? You do the whole perimeter, then you do every single aisle, and man, you handpick this cart of majesty that your family's gonna eat, and then you forgot your wallet in your car. And that's what you want to do. You want to take everything and just throw it, because you're so upset now, because now you got to go walk away. You're going to ask them to watch your cart or something. By the time you come back, someone's going to put the cart back and you have to start again. And you're just so mad at life. Like, I don't even want to grocery shop anymore. Now everyone's eating pizza all week. Forget it. Right? Because you're just like, you're over it. So I do understand that point. Like, because if y'all allowed her to get to the place where her cart's completely full without a mask, at this point, she has contaminated everything and everyone anyway. Just let the stupid girl buy her stuff now and get going. How did she get into your store without the mask and shop for that long anyway? Like, I kind of get that one. I felt that one. I was like, I mean, I wouldn't actually throw it because I'm a grown-up, and that's not how grown-ups act, but I understand the feeling,
Sad. Terrible.
Tragic.
Yeah, let's see if I got that on hand quickly. Let's see where you at? That's wrong. There it is. Tragic.
Yes. Oh, music. I'm so happy you invited that word into our lives. Tragic.
Yes. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. We do appreciate it. And do check us out on Wednesday. We have the Keep the Beat. And if you're into the news and want to hear me and music, check out On the Beat. It's right before that. Mm-hmm. Hope to see you. I'm not going to twist your arm or anything, but yeah.
I will.
Uh-oh. Watch out. Uh-oh. She's going to get you.
You better be there.
All right, so we're going to close out advertising, Keep the Beat, and hope to see you Wednesday. Peace.
Cheers, y'all.
Join Char Willie and Classic Ruby for their radio show, Keep the Beat. They broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. There are discussions of the songs, and that can take you back down memory lane. If you missed the live broadcast, no worries. Replays are uploaded on Mixcloud. So, follow JustAskChar Advice Channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive the notification when these broadcasts are uploaded.